It's here. Now that's what I call Fund Manager of the Year 25. Brought to you by Investment Week and featuring the very best fund managers. All here on one great 4-part compilation. Over 200 massive chart-topping entries with an incredible 28 number ones, including new entries from China and India, as well as 2 outstanding hits for contribution and fund manager over 25 years. All here and available to stream right now from Investment Week. Now that's what I call Fund Manager of the Year 25. The hits just keep on coming. Ladies and gentlemen, coming straight to you from the Investment Week team across the country, it's now time to recognise all the finalists and honour our winners as we welcome you to the 25th Investment Week Fund Manager of the Year Awards for 2020. So, will your host for the awards, Editor-in-Chief of Investment Week, Katrina Lloyd, please take to the floor.
Hello and welcome everyone. Please pull up a chair, get yourself off yet another Zoom call and pour yourself a glass of something fizzy as we celebrate 25 years of Investment Week in these special awards. I always think these flagship awards for our industry offer a chance to pause and look back over what has happened over the past year since we last met and what we have achieved. But no one at last year's event could have predicted you would be joining us this year virtually and I'd be speaking to you from my garden here in Reading. Some things don't change though, and I welcome you today from across the industry, just as I would at the Grosvenor House Hotel. This is still very much a people business, and it is our links and connections, as well as our ability to work together to improve our industry and serve clients better, that will help get us through this, as it has during so many other tough times in the long history of these awards. I know things are hard at the moment, but I hope by the time I present at next year's awards, we have started the recovery process from this and have used it to our advantage to build on the positive changes this could also bring. The social purpose of the asset management and wealth industries has indeed never been so important as it is now, and approaches to sustainable investing in ESG have been a key discussion point among the judges this year. These awards are also more important than ever as active managers strive to demonstrate their value during uncertain times for investors. Today, we are honouring active managers at the very top of their game who have served their investors extremely well year in and year out. We also have 2 very special awards this afternoon for Outstanding Fund Manager and Outstanding Industry Contribution over 25 years. As with all our awards, we like to support a charity, and this year we're asking you to make a contribution to Cascade's NHS campaign. A very worthy cause, as I'm sure you will agree. And so to today's awards, and some may be overlooked benefits from a virtual ceremony. You can wear what you want, you can drink what you want. You won't have to try expensing £100 taxi bill tomorrow. You won't end up in Little Italy. You don't have to pretend to be pleased when a rival wins. There are no winners' speeches. And winners won't have to suffer a long walk to the stage to a 90s classic from Chumbawamba or The Prodigy. As you may have realised, you still have to sit through an opening speech at these virtual awards. But we're nearly there now, and I can't even hear you talking over me. So I'd firstly just like to thank all our sponsors for the event, and data partner Morningstar for all their work providing the data for the shortlists. I'd also like to thank our design partner Team Spirit for their work making our 25th anniversary celebrations extra special this year. And thanks to Sony for allowing us to use the creative by kind permission of Now That's What I Call Music LLP. Of course, we couldn't do these awards without our category judging panel, made up of top fund selectors from across the industry. They have given up their time when no one really has time to give, and I'm very grateful. I'd also like to thank the grand panel of judges for all their help and support this year, which started with sessions as far back as January. Here are the people to thank. A few judges also helped with chairing this year: Scott Spencer, Richard Roma-Lee, Bill Bullock and Jordan Sriharan. Thanks again. As for you, there won't be any opportunity to stand and applaud the winners to the stage today, but you can honour their success and comment on our live Twitter feed running alongside the screen. We're also holding a Best Dressed competition, so tag @Investment Week and the hashtag FMYA Best Dressed to be in with a chance of winning a special prize. So enough from me, today is all about you. So pour yourself a generous Lambrini, cut yourself another slice of sourdough and let the Fund Manager of the Year Awards 2020 begin. To help me announce the winners, I'm delighted to be joined, virtually anyway, by Saturday night's Voice of the Balls and Strictly Come Dancing's Alan Dedicoat.
Thanks, Katrina. Now that's what I call a welcome. Right, let's get on with it then, shall we? Now please note that only winners will be invited up to the stage. If you're highly commended, please stay at your tables and we'll get the... Oh, hang on. In fact, this year, ladies and gentlemen, can all winners please stay exactly where you are as well, at least until we get the all clear that it's safe out there. Let's get started with our equities categories, beginning with Asia Pacific, excluding Japan. Here are the finalists topping the charts. A worthy bunch, I'm sure you'll agree. Back to you, Katrina, to tell us who came out on top.
Thank you, Alan. The judges felt there was a clear winner in this category, and the winning manager had demonstrated clear evidence of stock selection skill across different sectors and geographical regions. The winner is Fidelity Asia Pacific Opportunities.
Well done, Fidelity Asia Pacific Opportunities. Now we move on to a new chart entry for this year, recognising India fund managers. Here are the funds in the spotlight. Back to you, Katrina, to tell us the number one.
The judges liked this manager's super passionate approach and knowledge of their portfolio. They highlighted the fund's strong risk-adjusted returns and its very clear, consistent ESG approach. The winner is Mirae Asset India Sector Leader Equity.
Well done to you, and now to another new entry for 2020, this time honouring China fund managers. Take a look at the finalists on the screen, and I can tell you now that as it was such a closely fought category, we have our first commendation. Back to you, Kat, to tell us more.
Thanks, Alan. The judges awarded a highly commended accolade to a fund that has faced greater headwinds than others in the group, but still achieves stronger risk-adjusted returns and has a nice balance to the portfolio. Highly commended goes to Matthews China. Congratulations to you, but one fund stood out ahead of the pack this year. The judges highlighted the impressive long-term track record of the winning fund and liked the manager's really clear philosophy and pragmatic approach. The winner is First State China Growth.
Next up, we have the Japan category. Here are the names vying for the prize. Katrina, over to you.
The judges awarded a highly commended in this category to an impressive product which had consistently performed very well. In particular, they liked how this group had taken their process and applied it to Japan with such success. Highly commended is First State Japan Equity. But the judges said the winning fund was a standout entry that had been amazingly consistent and had sailed through different market conditions, including offering really consistent downside protection during the period. The winner is Comgest Growth Japan.
Well done, Comgest Growth Japan. Let's move right along now onto global emerging markets. Here's the shortlist with some pretty good runners and riders. So time to place your bets, folks. But Katrina, who was first past the post?
The judges praised the winning fund as a vehicle where you can park your money and leave it for the long term and allow the team to do the work for you, noting the amount of work they do on both a top-down and bottom-up basis is first rate. The winner is Hermes Global Emerging Markets.
Thanks, Katrina. Now on our trip around the globe, we travel to Europe. Here are the funds with their names on the scoreboard. But Katrina, who's topping the European charts?
The judges felt there was a clear winner in this category and liked its multi-cap approach. They said the fund had delivered strong risk-adjusted returns, has been a resilient performer, and was also really good in terms of its downside capture. The winner is LF Miton European Opportunities.
Well done to you. Now, before we continue, in true television style, it's time for a quick break and a message from our sponsors. See you in a mo.
I'm often asked whether, in my view, interest rates or the stock market is likely to go up or down. The fact is that the future is seriously random. And this is why we do not build portfolios based on a point forecast of the future. So instead, we build our portfolios based on multiple possible futures and manage client money in that context.
And we're back. We're still in the equities categories, but our focus now turns to North America. Let's review the lucky finalists on screen now. Katrina, please tell us who's the pick of these particular pops.
The judges singled this fund out as having very strong risk-adjusted returns and benefiting from the breadth and depth of the research carried out by the team. They described the winning group as having an informational edge and liked the fact they have long relationships with companies. The winner is Brown Advisory US Equity Growth.
Our next category, ladies and gentlemen, is Global Growth, and here are the names topping the bill. But who takes the headline slot, Katrina?
The winning fund stood out for the judges for having a very clear investment process. They liked the fact the winning team tackle things in a different way and are prepared to tread where some are not, while having a genuinely longer-term approach. The winner is Baillie Gifford Global Discovery.
Okay, thanks for keeping with us, folks, as we move now to the Global Income Group. Here's the shortlist. But who triumphed this year? Let's find out from Katrina.
The winning fund in this category is run by an exceptional team, according to the judges, delivering very impressive returns with low equity beta and attractive downside protection. The winner is Trojan Global Income.
Great, Katrina. Next, we reveal the highest climbers in our UK equity charts. First up is UK Income, and here are the all-important entries.
In a closely fought contest, the judges awarded a highly commended to one of the highest yielding funds on the shortlist that has delivered very strong, consistent performance during a period when the environment didn't suit them as well. Highly commended is Man GLG Income. But the judges decided the winner is an impressive fund worthy of recognition that has delivered on what investors were expecting over the past few years, run by a team that stands out in terms of the consistency of their philosophy and process. The winner is TB Even Load Income.
In our penultimate equity category, we need to find out who's claimed top spot for UK smaller companies. Here are the finalists. But what was the judges' verdict?
In this category, the judges awarded a highly commended to a fund they recognised as a consistent outperformer, offering good downside protection. Highly commended is MI Chelverton UK Equity Growth. But the judges praised the winner as a very high-quality manager with a high-quality team. They said the fund has a clearly defined process and performance has been outstanding. The winner is ASI UK Smaller Companies.
And now to our last equity chart, UK Growth. Which of these names has their eyes on the prize? Over to you, Katrina.
The judges said there was a clear worthy winner in this category, as this fund is structurally set up to outperform and has been a consistent top quartile performer. The winner is Royal London Sustainable Leaders Trust.
So well done, Royal London Sustainable Leaders Trust. Now, before we find out who's won what in the top of the bond charts, it's time for another quick break and a message from our all-important sponsors. We'll be right back after this word.
offers you the opportunity to provide perfectly planned and edited video and digital content that can be marketed directly to the audiences of Investment Week and Professional Advisor. We are able to provide you with unique, informative and beautifully designed content direct from yourself to your investors in just 7 days. 3 Minutes aims to leverage your fund manager's time to create compelling content that intrigues and reassures, and most importantly, reaches your target audience. Get in touch with our team to hear more.
And it's time for a quick seat shuffle, or perhaps pop open another tube of Pringles, as we announce the winners of our bond categories for 2020. First up is Sterling Corporate Bond, and this is the shortlist. So who hit number 1 here, Kat? And is there a very close number 2?
The judges awarded a highly commended in this category to a fund they felt had a clear USP, with the ability to add real value through credit selection. Highly commended is Royal London Sterling Credit. But the judges said the winner was a standout fund for the consistency of its performance and resilience in different market conditions, including protecting performance in 2018. The winner is Schroder Sterling Corporate Bond.
Our next rundown is for Strategic Bond, and funds hoping to be top dog are on the screen right now. Back to you, Katrina, to announce our winner.
The judges were simply unable to separate the top 2 funds in this category, even after several recounts, so there are joint winners. The first is a fund the judges described as a real differentiator in portfolios, and praised for doing what it says on the tin. While they said the manager of the second winning fund had played a blinder during the period and had delivered using all the tools available. The joint winners are Allianz Strategic Bond and Nomura Fund's Global Dynamic Bond.
Well done, both of you. Can't remember the last time we had such a battle to claim the number 1 spot. Emerging Market Debt is up next, and here are the nominees. Go on, Katrina. Tell us the winner, please. You know you want to. Come on.
The judges wanted to give a highly commended in recognition of a manager who's been running a sizable amount of money in this area for a long time and is a very consistent performer. Highly commended goes to M&G Emerging Markets Bond. But the winning fund stood out from the rest over the period with a clear USP, including looking at frontier markets with a high conviction approach and very impressive risk controls. The winner is Eaton Vance Emerging Markets Local Income.
Congratulations to all our number 1s so far. Next we have our Global Bonds category, and the finalists are on screen now. But what did the judges decide? Katrina!
The judges awarded a highly commended in this category to a corporate bond fund they said squares up against other global funds in the category over time, highlighting the team's strength in the area of ESG. Highly commended is Robeco Global Credits. But the judges highlighted the winning fund as a core strategy run by a skillful manager who has consistently added value, while also praising the integration of ESG into the process. The winner is BNY Mellon International Bond.
Now we come to the last fund in the bonds section, our global high yield category. These are the funds in with a chance. Back to you, Kat.
The judges felt one fund was ahead of the pack in this category. They said the winning fund stood out for having a more institutional-like approach, which has helped it outperform consistently during different market conditions. The winner is Janus Henderson Horizon Global High Yield Bond. Before we continue with the rest of the awards, we wanted to share some highlights from 25 years of Investment Week and these very special awards, in the company of our chairman and our longest standing judges. Since launch, they have become the most coveted awards to win in the investment industry, and the awards ceremony itself remains a firm fixture in the calendar. Let's find out why they mean so much.
What do I remember about launching these awards? And I have to say, I do remember it as if it was yesterday. It was a very big risk for the business to take back then. We were only 13 people, a small company. We'd raised a small amount of money. And of course, the risk we took was to hire the Royal Albert Hall as a showcase for the awards evening. The first memory I have is the horrific moment where Princess Anne got on her knees to take the winning raffle ticket out of a tombola on stage, and thank the Lord, Patrick Cooper sprung up from a table beneath and sort of picked up the tombola so Princess Anne physically didn't have to get on her knees. I am, though, exceptionally proud that we were able to persuade her to come, and we raised an enormous amount of money that evening for Sense. I thought you might ask me that question, and I proudly display the letter from her in my loo, which talks about the brilliant organisation of the evening and the amount of money that we raised. And of course that was the start of the Incisive Media Foundation that has raised around £3 million to date. I think we were extraordinarily lucky to persuade Mike Bloomberg to come to our event only in our second year of launching it. I remember the joke that he told about fund managers ending up in hell. Didn't particularly go down very well.
The fund management awards that the fund managers themselves really want to win. And I think that's due to the fact there's a qualitative element to the judging. It's not just 1 year's numbers.
But the thing I'm most proud of is that we've given out some fantastic awards, industry-leading awards to some fantastic fund managers over many, many years who are still operating today and still delivering good long-term returns for their clients.
So what has stayed the same in terms of selecting the winners? I would say the methodology that we use over the 25 years has more or less remained unchanged, which shows that it's worked really well. What has changed? We have many more categories now. So when we first started out, it was mainly core equity funds and core government bond funds. But now you've got a number of new categories, such as strategic bonds and total return funds, etc. The other key change has been that as we saw more and more buyers select offshore funds, we included offshore funds in our universe. So those are the key changes.
I think what's stayed the same is it's all about people. And that's despite the rise of passives, of quants, of algos and big data. In the world of fund management, I still believe that people make a difference. And I think these awards are a testament to that.
But they're absolutely critical to carry on rewarding investment returns, investment talent and people for the returns that they're delivering. Coronavirus has come, it will disappear, we will have a solution at some point, it will die away, but we're still talking about investing for the long term and therefore rewarding investment talent that can navigate these waters successfully for clients is more important than ever.
I passionately believe that active managers will come through in tough times. And, you know, as a supporter of active management for 25 years, there is nothing more important, in my view, in showcasing the talent that exists globally in our business. And that's why they will continue to be a mark of excellence. And I think awards that our industry really value.
Wow, it seems to have gone past in the blink of an eye, but some great memories there. So now, on with this year's awards.
Thanks, Katrina. It was great to take a trip down memory lane and look at some golden oldies from yesteryear. Now we move on to our awards in the Managed and Absolute Return categories, starting with Managed Cautious. Here's the shortlist. Please tell us, Kat, who takes home the gong?
In this category, the judges highlighted two strategies that really stood apart from the rest in performance terms, and also ideally positioned to be even more successful in the future. They gave a highly commended to a fund team that is very good at articulating their sustainable investment framework, saying it is intuitive and easy to understand. Highly commended goes to Liontrust Sustainable Future Defensive Managed. But the judges said the winning fund in this category was a very strong offering and highlighted the team clearly thought about ESG in terms of adding value to a portfolio rather than as a marketing tool. The winner is Royal London Sustainable Managed Growth Trust.
Congratulations, our next category is Managed Balanced, and here are the names in lights. Over to you, Katrina, to tell us whose light is shining brighter than the others.
Again in this category, 2 funds pulled away from the rest and showed you can still follow a sustainable investment approach and not sacrifice performance. In this category, the positions were reversed. The judges awarded a highly commended to Royal London Sustainable Diversified Trust, while the winner's accolade went to Lion Trust Sustainable Future Cautious Managed.
Now we turn our attention to the Managed Income category. Who's your favourite from our finalists? Do you know, I couldn't tell what a managed income was, let alone choose a winner. But I bet Katrina can.
In this category, the judges wanted to award a highly commended to a fund with a clear top-down approach with pragmatic objectives and a flexible style. They noted it is differentiated and has a sophisticated strategy. Highly commended goes to M&G Episode Income. But the judges were impressed with the winning fund as a genuinely diversified product, providing strong asset allocation and security selection, as well as good volatility management. They also liked the fact the team do their own alternatives research. The winner is Keynes Diversified Monthly Income.
Now for the last managed category, we go to Managed Growth. Here are the finalists. Come in, Katrina, and tell us the result.
Again, this category was very close, with one fund edging into the lead. It may be no surprise, but sustainable offerings from Lion Trust and Royal London are once again in the top 2. In this category, the judges awarded a highly commended to Royal London Sustainable World. But the winner's trophy goes to Lion Trust Sustainable Future Managed.
Now to finish this section, we need to find a winner in the absolute return category. Let's look at the names, but whose return was simply the best? Can you help us out, Katrina?
The judges commented the figures don't lie in this category and there was a clear winner. They said this fund takes a sophisticated approach, is differentiated and delivers in a way that absolute returns should be delivered. The winner this year is Man GLG Alpha Select Alternative.
Marvellous. Join us after the break as we find out who's won what in our very special charts for 2020. Don't go away.
For me, Investment Week has been a really good counterpoint for the industry.
I've read it since day one. I sort of feel like I've sort of grown up with it, really.
25 years of excellent delivery in publications and getting to us, whether it's in paper, whether it's getting to us online.
My experience in Investment Week goes back to when I started in the industry. It's always been one of the main publications, if not the number one publication that I read, and also the number one publication I want to get into as well.
Welcome back to the final part of our Fund Manager of the Year chart rundown for 2020. We begin with some new and very special awards for this year, starting with Outstanding Achievement in Sustainable and ESG Investing. The names for consideration by our elite panel of judges are right here. Over to you, Katrina.
In a new category this year, the judges wanted to recognise a larger and a smaller asset manager that are leading the way in this area and helping to drive change at industry level. Highly commended in this category from the judges goes to a larger firm with a track record of truly embedding ESG. The judges said there has been proper firm level buy-in with real support from the top and said it is impressive they have made this the heart of their business. They really love the mega online knowledge hub, while this group has also taken the lead in many industry-wide initiatives. Highly commended goes to Pictet Asset Management. But the winning group is a small firm described by the judges as a leader in engagement with clients, companies and policymakers, showing others how it should be done. The level of education and client interaction stood out for the judges, as well as the transparency of their offering and tools like the Interactive Impact Microsite and Impact Calculator. The winner is Webb Asset Management.
Now we come to our award for Fund Management Initiative of the Year. Companies vying for the top spot are on the left. And over to Katrina to reveal all.
The judges wanted to give a highly commended to this group's Net Zero Carbon 10 Target Initiative, which has gained support from a number of fund managers. This offers a progressive target for fund managers, but also, importantly, provides a clear, systematic framework for conversations with firms they hold, helping them demonstrate leadership on global warming. Highly commended goes to P1 Investment Management. But the judges put their weight behind this company to win because of the lengths it has gone to when developing its proposition to meet client needs and save valuable time for manager research teams and asset managers on investment due diligence across Europe. It has been rapidly digitising an area that has been stagnant for over 20 years. The winner is Door Ventures.
As we come towards the end of this year's rundown, we reach Global Group of the Year. Our top groups in this category are on your screens. Can you reveal the winner, please, Kat?
The judges wanted to award a highly commended to this group in recognition of the high number of wins at category level in this year's awards across a number of different asset classes, demonstrating strong performance across the board. Highly commended is Royal London Asset Management. But one group stood out in this category. As the judges highlighted, it was unprecedented for an asset manager to have so many funds on the shortlist, especially across so many asset classes and approaches. They also really liked the industry-wide initiatives the group was leading, including its Get Invested campaign to encourage female investors. The winner is Fidelity International.
Worthy winner indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Now we turn to Specialist Group of the Year. And here are your finalists.
In this category, the judges wanted to recognise a group with a very strong team that has delivered for clients at a time when many haven't. They also said this group has gone above and beyond in terms of its philanthropic endeavours, which is a differentiator. The winner is Troy Asset Management.
Our final two awards celebrate the 25th anniversary of Investment Week, and the winners were decided by our judging panel. We start with Outstanding Fund Manager over 25 years. Who's taking home this prestigious award, Katrina?
The winner of this special category is a manager the judges say stands head and shoulders above most other managers and has not failed them through the years. They say his understanding of his clients and his dogged focus on doing the right thing for them is quite rare. The judges describe him as a manager who is very considered and sticks to his process, while he is extremely highly principled in everything he does and has done well at building a team around him at Artemis. Outstanding Fund Manager over 25 years is Adrian Frost. Congratulations. We are pleased to hand over to Adrian to accept his award.
Well, this award leaves my strategy of maintaining a low profile in tatters, but very, very nice tatters at that. And my thanks to Investment Week and to the panel of judges for choosing me. I'm very honoured and I have to say I'm more than a bit chuffed. And thank you to all those people I've worked with for nearly 40 years and learnt from and whose company and companionship I've enjoyed. To the support of my family and friends, and to Artemis for giving me such a great home these past 18 years. To Nick Shenton and Andy Marsh, my colleagues who keep my batteries charged and my enthusiasm alight. and also to my blood pressure medication in my moments of need. Now, I'm still a bit mystified as to how and why I became an investment manager. And perhaps that's been helpful to me, because I've always felt this need to understand and learn more, to keep an open mind and to evolve. And to learn new things. This award covers a period of 25 years, but I have to tell you, I've learnt more in the last 5 years than the previous 20, and I think that's a testament to the nature of this job that I've been lucky enough to have. Finally, a thank you to all of those investors who have trusted me and trust me with their investments. It hasn't always been plain sailing, and I've always tried to sort to convey successes and failures in as frank and as plain a manner as possible. And I think that's something sometimes we in the industry we forget as experts. We forget the importance of actually speaking plainly to investors. Now, 19 years ago, I think Investment Week were kind enough to give me an award for an achievement, and I think they thought that would see me off. Well, it didn't, and neither will this. So, because there's plenty more to be learnt. My advice in these difficult times, well, the way I think about it is, if you walk with your head down, you're going to bump into something and have a nasty accident. So as an investor, I think it's important to keep your eyes up on the horizon ahead, and I think that's one of the key tenets to good investment. Now, in normal times, I would have woken up knowing I'd had a celebration, having spent time with friends and colleagues, and you know, I really miss that. Blue Jeans, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, house party, whatever. I mean, they're serving us very well, but really, it's not life, is it? So hopefully things will return to normal as soon as possible. But in the meantime, my thanks to everyone. I'm genuinely touched and honoured to receive this award. Thank you.
Well done again on that much-deserved recognition, and well done to you all for watching. You made it. We now arrive at our final award today. This is for outstanding industry contribution over 25 years, a quarter of a century. For the last time, I'll hand over to Katrina to reveal who this great honour will be bestowed upon.
Thank you, Alan. Our judges wanted to recognise a manager with an outstanding record over 25 years who has built one of the best small and mid-cap teams in the city. As well as his exceptional performance on vehicles like the Marlborough Special Situations Fund since launch, the judges wanted to recognise his huge contribution, bringing to prominence opportunities for investing in companies at the smaller end of the market cap spectrum to a wider audience. The winner is Giles Hargreave. Congratulations. I'm delighted to hand over to Giles to accept his award.
Hello everyone. I just want to thank the team at Investment Week and the judging panel, mustn't leave them out, for their hard work in organising this awards event. I also particularly want to thank my own team, which we've built up over the last 20 years or so, and we now have around 15 key members, which enables us to cover all the 200, it is as many as 200 or so companies in which we invest, or which we're invested in at the moment. No way would I be able to do that without the support of these guys. Probably the most satisfying part of our job is to watch small companies grow from little acorns into sometimes even FTSE companies. Looking to the future, the market is telling us that we will recover more quickly than anticipated. And with interest rates at zero and inflation at zero, the prospects are looking good.
Thank you, Giles. And so we reach the end of our awards, and many congratulations to all our winners today. A member of our team will be in touch soon to have your trophy sent out to you, and we would love to see a picture of you with your award. So be sure to post your pictures to our social media channels. We thank you all for your support for the Fund Manager of the Year Awards and Investment Week. Many thanks to the fabulous Alan Dedicoat for guiding us through the awards, and to you all for joining us today. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we hope to meet again very soon. Cheers.